morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's a brand new day. Yeah, wake up, everything begins today.
Good morning this morning. Welcome to today's morning wisdom. I hope you are safe and sound wherever you are. This morning, we'll be taking our morning wisdom from the book of wisdom, the Bible, James chapter 4, verse 17. I will read in 3 translations so you understand. If anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for them. The New Living Translation said, remember, it is sin to know what ought to do and then do not do it. Another translation says, so whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. Okay, so this morning I just want you to understand that what sin is all about. This is like a private sin. Sin unto you is not a general sin. It's not a sin written out somewhere. Sin that is pronounced in the book of law of Moses, but a sin peculiar to you. What you ought to do and you didn't do it, to you particularly, it's a sin, not to any other person. Like a private sin, like a sin to your conscience. Now, let me explain further. You that comes out in your yard where you are staying and see broken bottles and then you jump it up, it's not me that will clean it. To you, it is sin. It is something you ought to do as a good person, as a citizen, as a Christian, Christ-like, taking care of things. But you jump, somebody else will do it and brushing. To you, it is sin. Now, there are things you know that this is what you ought to do. But because of ego or people will say different reasons why people leave what they ought to do. You know that I am sorry will solve that. But because of your ego, you do not want to say that. To you, it is sin. You know that if you give that helping hand, the person wouldn't have died, but you did not do it. To you, it is sin. You know that if you remove that thing from that road, the child that got injured wouldn't have been injured. To you, it is sin. And so when we talk about this particular sin, we talk about you and what you know that this is what you ought to do. You know you're supposed to wake up early and go to work so that you'll be early, but you know it's right. Nothing stopped you, no circumstances, not unforeseen circumstances, but you decided not to do that. To you, it is sin. That thing that you ought to do. You know you need to take care of your father and your mother, but you're not doing it. To you, it is sin. It is not a collective sin. It is not a stipulated sin. So it is numerous. One day someone has asked, how many sins do we have? It seems sins are plenty. One sin that we have is sin of selfishness, selfish in nature. That is the main sin. But then, this is what happened. We have types of sin. Now, those types of sins, sin unto God, sin unto humanity, and sin unto self. What you ought to do, the good you ought to do, but you didn't do it, it's sin, the sin unto self. And every sin has its penalty. This morning, I want you to know the right thing. Most times, our conscience rings it like a bell to us. This is what you ought to do, but you suppress it. Stop suppressing the truth. The good you ought to do it. What makes you a good person is the good that you ought to do that you did. What makes you a bad person is the good you ought to do, but you didn't do it. There are only two types of person in this world: the good and the bad, irrespective of race, tribe. The Bible said, if it is possible, do good unto all men. I know it's not possible, but then the good that comes around you, because you will not see all men, you will not meet all men before you die. So the ones that comes your way, do it. Today is a new day. Go out, do good. That good that you ought to do. Don't allow your conscience to keep beating you. The Bible talked about people that have a seared conscience, people that their conscience has been roasted. They are the people that keep suppressing the good that they ought to do. People that keep suppressing their conscience. When your conscience will be beating you, you say, "No, get that behind me." You suppress your conscience. You keep doing that until your conscience humbles and shrinks. Then you will not have conscience again. Terrible people don't start a day. It starts small, little by little. Before you know it, it becomes terrible. Do good today. My name is Pastor Rainbow. This is Morning Wisdom, voice from the wilderness, with this wireless telling you, go out, do good. And this medium, I want to also invite you to Kingdom of Love Convention 2025. It comes 15th April to 18th. You are specially invited. Have a lovely day. Have a wonderful day. May God use this day to uplift you, bless you as you keep doing good. Thank you.